In this video, let us see how to create a post and then finally assert the title, description, and the author name of the post. So for the user to create a post, he has to click on this floating bar icon and then choose blog post. When he is finally here, he has to enter title, description, and click on the publish button. Let us quickly inspect the locator values. This floating bar icon is a bit difficult to click through, so what you have to do is you have to navigate via the XML and then try to identify the element. So now you can see the hierarchy is pretty huge, and this is expected in most of the applications. So you can see this is the first section and this is the second section, and now we have to find locator value for this floating bar icon, which is in the bottom, and this is the accessibility ID for it. Once we click on that, let us refresh the screenshot, and now I have to click on the blog post button, and the accessibility ID is the following. After we land on this form, we have to first click inside this title field and then enter the text. So to click inside the title field, this is the locator value, and in this case we don't have an accessibility ID, so we are going to make use of XPath. And similarly for the description field, we have to click within the description field once and then send our keys. And once we do these two, this publish button in the top right corner will be enabled and the user can click on it. I have already captured all the locator values for this flow and wrote a simple script wherein the first step we are clicking on the floating create button and then choosing blog post, and I'm clicking within the title field by using the click action, and then I'm sending the title, which is my first post, and then I'm clicking on inside the description field, and finally I'm clicking on publish now. After this, let us add a few asset statements, but before that we have to get to the post. So this is the button which we are going to click, and then our post will be shown in the first position. So I'm going to add a sleep here, because after we publish the post it might take a few seconds for the post to get published. And then I'm going to use accessibility ID to click on the post, and finally I'm going to add 3 assert statements which will assert our title. In our case, the accessibility ID will be my first post. I'm going to find the element using accessibility ID and then ensure that the text value is my first post. Similarly, let me copy paste this and then quickly add the values for description and author, and the author name is AK Mobile Testing. Let us run this test case and then see it in action. I have copied the first part from this login scenario. We can reuse the same. I have created a new method which is test post. You can experiment with the sleep and then maybe bring it down a little bit so that the test case runs pretty fast. So the post successfully got published. Now we are going to click on the post button, and this is the you could have noticed the post which got created recently, but let me show you again. So this is the first post which we created. The title is my first post, the description is description, and the author name is AK Mobile Testing, and we have successfully asserted all three in the test case.